Dude. I heard that D'Angelo Wallace made a video on him. D'Angelo Wallace is going into Nerd City, dude. This is awesome. This is epic.
This YouTuber is the epitome of a sore loser. But before we get into that, welcome. My name is D'Angelo, and I am your professor of mythological cartography, which is a very real degree that I definitely do have. Or maybe I'm just broadcasting myself talking in my room like YouTube used to be. In today's video, I thought we would cover this Nerd City situation that you may not have even heard of because I feel like it almost happened in a vacuum. But every now and then
Is like the whole aesthetic like kind of like a joke that he's like super enlightened, but he's just a dude like hanging out on YouTube? Like that's kind of the whole kind of visual gimmick he's going for here. That's cool.
See a scenario that is just so incredible for all the wrong reasons, the world just has to know about it, and that's exactly what we have here. I am a certified yapper, but I'm not quite a debate bro. I don't really have the best debate skills of all time. In fact, I'm pretty sure the only recent argument I've had is when Dave suggested he should be sitting here in the chair and I should be standing behind him delivering this video. And sure, I may have won against an inanimate object, but maybe I wouldn't have done the best in a real debate. And yet something tells me literally anyone could have handled this scenario better than Nerd City. So today you will be receiving a dramatic reading of what is undoubtedly the most unhinged YouTuber meltdown I have seen in a while. What I find funny is it doesn't even require that much backstory for you to understand the context. All you really need to know is this guy, Nerd City. He's a YouTuber. He has almost 1 million subscribers, but I think he actually used to have a bit more than this. So like you can see from like the spikes when he posted a video, at the bottom shows the views going up, but the top one kind of shows the subscribers going down. So what is he posting that has people kind of just gradually drifting away? He's made videos about like breaking down demonetization, calling out influencers like Jake Paul, who obviously deserve it, though maybe criticizing women online in a series called Thought Patrol kind of shows not all of this content has aged the best. But he really started to lose people when he came back after a long hiatus in a video where he's calling out people for like trying to sell NFTs to their audience, which he ends by selling NFTs to his audience. These quote unquote ethical NFTs. People were like, I'm really hoping this is an elaborate joke or a prank. Bold of you to still do your NFT project after the market has completely crashed, pointing out that ethical NFT is a bit of an oxymoron, and most sane people would not buy an NFT if someone told them to at gunpoint. And seeing as the video before that was also shilling NFTs, but it was just kind of stuck at the end, so I don't think it caught as much flack. Even as far back as 3 years ago, people were disappointed to see Nerd City just dive into this crypto-flavored downward spiral. And 10 months ago, someone said, dude's gonna be in a controversy in 6 months. I guarantee. And I don't know what kind of—
Dude, it wasn't 6 months, it was 10, dude. It was 10 months. Fuck, this video's really good, and it's so cathartic to see people finally, like, clown on Nerd City, because he's always been this weirdo way, and, like, no one's really called out until now. But I'm watching this, and I just don't have anything to say. I'm just enjoying it, but I'm like, it's stealing, what am I doing? What am I fucking doing? What's the stream?
Crystal ball that commenter like looked into. 5 months after that, somebody posts this thread where they're just promoting one of Nerd City's new videos. And 1 month afterwards, Nerd City joins the thread and just freaks out on everybody. So let the dramatic reading commence. There was a time where I'd have been excited for an hour-long Nerd City video. Yeah, I just felt discomfort from the notification. Maybe I'll watch later, who knows? And to this reply, we have Reddit user paging Dr. Downvote.
2 months later, not 1 month, like 2 months.
Who is Nerd City, and said, I wish you weren't lying and you actually felt discomfort. How can I increase your actual pain? You could cash app me $200 to continue this conversation. Maybe that'll hurt. I'm a bit out of the loop on Nerd City. What exactly did he do? To which Nerd City answers for himself. As you can see, nothing, but not bow down to the cowards who dogpile people and pretend everyone is a Nazi for doing something a little baby sheep didn't like. Think for yourselves, what a pathetic mob. So if you're wondering why we're suddenly discussing Nazis, whereas the NFTs was like the most visible thing that people knew about Nerd City, there was also the minor detail that, as this person says, he now calls the very things he showed support for at one time woke. So this thread isn't just the story of a man defending himself and trying to beat the NFT allegations. This is the story of one individual fighting back against the entire woke mob of people discussing things.
Yeah, like, dude, like, there's this whole thing, and maybe Nerd City has always been this way, but like, this is like kind of new in his more recent meltdowns, you know, like the TBH related, the TBH podcast related meltdowns, not like the newest, but like, you know, this the TBH related stuff, like the stuff that happened within this year. It all seems like, with like the Dr. Disrespect and everything like that, it's like, it seems like he's really falling into this, like, I'm on the, like, the culture war type shit where it's like, I'm woke or anti-woke, you know? The whole, like, am I woke like Tipster, or am I anti-woke like Matt Walsh? The answer is you don't do either, because it's both retarded. But apparently he's going, like, really, really far in this kind of, like, everybody's woke, everybody who hates somebody's woke. Not, like, he's not actually being alt-right. Like, I'm not calling Nerd City alt-right, but he's using, like, this culture war kind of language. Here's how I see it. There's actual alt-right and actual alt-left, which, like, I would love an anarchist society, like, fucking communism tattooed on themselves, like, going crazy. And then, like, you know, alt-right is, like, Nazis, we want Hitler back, whatever. Crazy skinhead type shit, you know what I'm saying? And those are, like, actual alt-left and alt-right. And then there's, like, the kind of culture war things where it's like, you were far-right kind of, which they are far right, but like you're far right, but not because of like anything like that's extreme as of what I said before, but more of just like really, really harsh, like solid, I'm not gonna budge, like weird kind of opinions that are like really hard on one side or another. I don't know, it's like extreme, it's like the online extreme where people are like just doing weird culture war shit. It isn't even like real politics. I don't know. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that there's like two kind of layers. There's like the actual political alt-right and left, and then there's like this weird like social like far right and left. You know what I'm saying? Like either I'm gonna farm the right like quartering or farm the left like tipster. And it's not like they're extremists. Like I'd never call the quartering an alt-right extremist or the tipster an alt-left extremist. But like they're really playing in super heavily to either of their sides, right? But it's more like for content. It's more about content rather than politics, you know? So, and I feel like, you know, Nerd City is really falling into this, like, kind of quartering-esque area where it's like, everybody who hates me is fucking a Nazi, you know? Or thinks they're calling me a Nazi or whatever. I don't know. It's like reverse SJW shit. I don't know. I'm really, really, really bad at explaining it. I explained it horribly, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Like, there's a real politics, and there's a culture politics. I'm not calling Nerd City alt-right, but in the culture politic sector, he's definitely saying the same things that, like, people who are really right say to, like, get a huge conservative demographic to, like, basically milk them and grift towards them. So I don't know if Nerd City's being a grifter or he actually believes this or like what, but it's just really strange.
And so people, like maybe you are right now, were also totally blindsided by the whole woke thing, and they were like, I should never have any attachment or respect or admiration to any YouTuber I watch from now on. His analysis and editing used to be so good. Don't get attached to friends or family or your own reputation either, says Nerd City. For an ideology, all must be purified and liquidated, comrades. You doing okay, Nerd City? I'm sorry, there are so many replies on here that are like really heated, but...
Yeah, because it's like... his response doesn't even make sense to what's being said. Like, no one's bringing up politics, and he's, like, trying to, like, make fun of, like, the comments for being communist by saying, like, comrade and stuff. I don't think anyone said they were communist.
It's just these little short ones that are like, bro, are you good? That really take me out. And what's so funny about the people in this thread asking things like, ever figure out what he did? They genuinely wanted to know, like, why are people upset? And then you get answers like, you know, he got really into NFTs. And even in the comments that are only about NFTs, he's responding like, do you struggle with nuance in every subject? It's just all binary to you? What about genders? I bet you understand that spectrum, no? How can NFTs be bad if there are also more than two genders?
Yeah, see, it's crazy, it's crazy. It's like coming out of nowhere. Like, what is this weird, like, I knew Nerd City was crazy before because of the cave shit and a bunch of other shit he did, like, around, like, you know, Tommy C and Nicholas Diorio, and they've talked about it on their streams, and I've talked about the cave stuff on mine, and other, like, you know, instances people have had with Nerd City, especially recently. But, like, this whole, so, like, I knew he was crazy and weird, but this whole, like, right-wing kind of, like, out of nowhere talking about gender politics, it's like, what is going on? What, people just talk about NFTs? What does that have to do with gender? Like, what are you, Matt Walsh? Like, what's going on?
Is the logic we're going with here. Did your Reddit get hacked? If it's actually you should be aware posting 14 comments in 20 minutes on a month-old thread is not healthy behavior. Tell your wife you love her or something. I'm sorry, I think your NFT is lame. I'm sorry, tell your wife you love her or something is such a good line. We haven't gotten to my favorite line yet. I'm gonna like reveal that once we get there, but I want you to tell me which is your favorite response in this thread because there's so much gold here. You don't need to apologize to me for not wanting to buy an honest product from me, sold at an honest price. Everyone has their reasons. Bros out here.
Dude, I need to make some commentary videos like this where I just go through something and lol about it. I think I'm gonna make more commentary videos like this in general.
Oh, I get it. I know that you were fed your opinion already, and it's so uncomfy to change. Also, Dunning-Kruger is a thing. Maybe you know more than me because you watched some Marxist's bad faith video for a few minutes.
Dude, see, like, what is this, like, communist shit? He keeps referencing communism. What? People who are extremely woke online with the like, you know, talking about more than two genders and stuff like that. A lot of them, I would say most of them, probably don't even know anything about, like, what Karl Marx just did, you know? It's like... just because, like, what? And then even that, like, even gender's not being talked about. So he's like, he's conflating left-wing social, like, common liberal social beliefs and, like, stances to communism. And then on top of that, politics didn't even come into this. So it's like, number one, you're making it political. Number two, you're conflating pretty common liberal opinions with communism? Like the more than two genders conversation and stuff. Not all liberals and people on the left, you know, believe in that. But a lot of them do. It's like a very common, like, this isn't like super fringe. You know? The whole, like, non-binary versus binary gender thing. It's not like, I don't know.
Or maybe I know more than you because I spent years on the subject, but I do get that you will always assume you know best. Oh, it didn't take long for Marxism to jump out. I feel like if Karl Marx knew that there are some people alive now whose working definition of Marxism is other people complaining about your NFTs on the internet, he would be rolling in his grave, or he would be rolling in our grave. So this person points out that Nerd City's crypto project—
He would be rolling in our grave. Bro, see, that's funny. Dude, I love it when people are funny, like in like very subtle and like pointed and witty ways like that.
Didn't even work. It, quote, collapsed almost immediately. And they're kind of pointing out how the fact that Nerd City is continuing to promote it anyway is really just the sunk cost fallacy. In other words, it's that phenomenon where people think, oh, I put so much into it, I can't abandon it now, but logically you would gain more by just letting it go. And so to beat the sunk cost fallacy allegations, Nerd City's unironic answer was, it didn't fail because it can never fail as long as I add value to it. And sure, it's totally not successful at all, but really that's just because he's so ethical with it. That's not my priority number one. I won't sacrifice my morals for financial optics, said the NFT salesman to the random Redditor. It didn't fail because it can never fail as long
Dude, literally.
as I add value to it. In response to someone mentioning the sunk cost fallacy, this is the biggest lack of awareness I've ever seen.
It's so, dude, Nerd City has no self-awareness. And I don't like to say this badly because I love autistic people and I love myself and I am autistic. So it's like, I'm not in love with myself on like Keemstar ego narcissism, like normal level. But anyway, but socially, in terms of social ineptitude, which is obviously common in autistic people, we overcome it. Nerd City is like an autistic person who has not overcome his social ineptitude ever. He's like, dude, he's like the most like, out of everybody online, literally everybody, the only person who comes close is like Def Noodles. Well, other people come close, but Def Noodles might be like my second choice for guaranteed autism. Quentin Reviews has shown autistic traits. But, you know, I have theories about who's autistic and who's not in my head. And Nerd City is like the #1 least self-aware person. Dude, Tipster can be more self-aware than Nerd City at some point. Very bold. They're both very unself-aware. But I feel like Nerd is like unself-aware. I don't know. It really depends the context. I feel like there's some places where Nerd could be self-aware where Tipster isn't and vice versa, but they are really, I don't know. Any autisms in chat, like Femios, that agree that Nerd City is like autistic, even though autism's awesome and Nerd City sucks, but he is autistic. I don't know, man.
Holy
maybe, I don't know. I don't know,
you're
maybe.
selling NFTs. What the hell do you mean you won't sacrifice your
Maybe a little bit, maybe a tiny bit.
morals for financial gain? You already did it. So he's morally right because he's a complete failure and he's being canceled by the woke Marxist mob who are like mildly annoyed by his YouTube videos. But that is kind of just the beginning of the wild takes we're gonna get from Nerd City in this video. This is how a stupid person talks, by the way. Watching a known YouTuber melt down in front of my eyes is way more entertaining than I thought it would be. To which this person has whipped out the popcorn. And you know what?
Yes!
Same. I'm having fun. I'm not—
Dude, this is like Twitter versus, dude. What he's doing right here is like peak Twitter versus, at least for me. Like peak Twitter versus is when someone does something objectively stupid and everybody's laughing at it. And I get to laugh along too and having fun. It's like, I didn't know how entertaining this would be in the popcorn emojis, bro. Twitter versus is so fun. I miss it! I'm coming back soon. Come on. I'm coming back soon. Come on. Boblack sometimes doesn't make sense. Fair. I mean, fair enough. Honestly, fair enough. As an autistic woman, thank you for clarifying that, because I actually didn't know. There's also Fembro, and it's just, I just don't know where we're currently at, or if it ever changed or whatever. But Femios, she said, as an autistic woman, that she thinks that Nerd City is very autistic, and I agree. Sorry for being weird about it. I don't know. I just speak. Fuck it, whatever.
not ashamed to admit it, and I hope you are too. Imagine thinking NFTs are an honest product in the year of our Lord 2024. Bro, I got some tulips to sell you. Why is the YouTube drama subreddit a Marxist cope fest? Fascinating. But the Marxist—
Dude, what's with the Marxism comments? Bo Waxman is a woman in chat. I love being thorough, but sometimes I'm too thorough, and then I get self-conscious about being too thorough, and I'm like, yeah, no, whatever. I love you guys. I love this chat. This is awesome.
Copefest was fighting back. So Nerd City claims he found the thread because he Googled his name to search for a meme he made. I'm reading all these lame lies. Are you thrilled?
I called myself a femboy before I came out, so that's why it's confusing the most likely. Okay. That makes sense. Well, congrats on coming out. Congrats. We love Femios here. I'm pro Femios.
You did it, Reddit. This is...
Actually, I don't know anything Femios did, so I'm not gonna endorse myself to Femios, but based on them in chat, we're pro Femios.
This is actually unhinged. Did the parasitic worm in your brain become as stagnant as your subscriber count? Clearly something must not be working. What would make you think I prioritize subscriber growth? Proof you don't understand me at all. He's too good of a person to make money in his business. He's just too good of a YouTuber to actually gain subscribers. He loses them every time he uploads, and we just don't understand him. Like, this perpetual victim mentality is genuinely stunning to me. And so Nerd City calls this person a loser, to which they respond with just the worm emoji by itself. And this is the part of the video where I actually want you to...
Dude, the worm emoji, let's go! Is that his favorite comment?
Stop and guess what's about to be said. So people are flinging insults back and forth. One person's a loser. That person says you have a worm in your brain. So what do you think Nerd City's comeback is? What is the worst possible thing he could accuse this person of being? You got your answer. You've locked it in. Okay, throw that away because I promise you, you did not guess correctly. Cat owner spotted. Cat owner. You're calling me out for shilling NFTs and being like a weird conservative online? Well, you own a cat. Y'all don't understand how long I just sat and stared at this reply. What?
Dude, so like... We know the context, obviously, with the cat drama. But do people like D'Angelo and other people just look at the thread? Cat owner spotted. Like, I would be so confused as well.
Could he possibly mean? I looked it up. I tried to find context. Like, what does cat owner mean to Nerd City? That is so negative. He thinks it's a good reply. And so the conclusion I came to, and this is just me trying my best to understand, apparently Nerd City has a thing with like people who own cats. Like, I guess this happened in somebody's Discord where like, it was him versus a bunch of cat owners. And so now cat owner is in his lexicon as a legitimate insult. And the only thing that is funnier to me is the fact that the only response to this comment is someone posting a photo of their cat. Just the idea of this YouTuber with like almost 1 million subs being on this perpetual crusade against cat owners and getting terrorized by random cat pictures on the internet. This is genuinely giving like an SNL skit. Nerd City.
Dude. That's not the exact context, but dude, it's so much funnier to believe that. Dude. Oh my god, I love this D'Angelo video so much.
You are so unserious. I'm sitting here trying to figure out who's going to play you on Saturday Night Live. So one of the people that Nerd City replied to in this thread checked out his comment history and saw that it was just all this. You get pleasure from endless purification until there's no one left. Good on you for having not lost your mind to this herd thing.
Dude, the minutes too. Literally 2 comments that are multiple sentences within 2 minutes of each other. That's not healthy.
Brainwashing. Bro. It's almost as if the market for getting revenge
Maybe I typed too slow, but like...
thirstier than the supply of suitable crimes. Also, if you were wondering what my favorite line was, this is it. It's almost as if the market for getting revenge is thirstier than the supply of suitable crimes. This man thinks he is like the main character of some psychological fantasy novel. I could not imagine...
Dude, he does have main character syndrome. Calling himself like Dr. Downvote and like cosplaying and like his weird devil friend. Like he's the god to his, he's the Jesus to his devil or something like that. Bro always has those like weird ass fucking glasses going on. Dude, bro 100% has main character syndrome. There is no doubt about that. Most YouTubers do, but like Nerd City, like...
Imagine wow. Taking Reddit comments from strangers that were made over 30 days ago this seriously. This is so funny. This is amazing that this has happened. I haven't changed. People here are making up narratives to explain why they're feeling...
Dude, me fighting with the devil guy? Oh my god, yeah. I think I covered everything Nerd City related. This video covers all the old shit. So the cat shit, the Reddit shit, the devil, and the cat. Okay, here's like the devil thing. It's only a couple minutes. I think I'll just play the devil segment and then I'll be right back. Alright, let's read this whole thing. I haven't read it since it happened. This is about like the cave story because it's around the same time frame, so a couple days later. Not gonna lie, the whole Boblax versus Nerd City drama makes Nerd look like an asshole. The fact he banned him from the Discord server and didn't give him a chance to speak is indicative that his ego is more important than personal connections, than his dumb devil friend. Maybe he values his time too much to give it to people he doesn't like. Why does Nerd owe Boblax anything? Maybe some personal connections are unwanted, and people should get better about handling rejection. What? I should get better about handling rejection. Boblax has his own channel he can whine on all day. Apple emoji. Based on that, I should just block you and not engage at all with it. You bring up a decent point, but Nerd's content requires discourse. But he disallows discourse. That's the issue. He insulted someone based on a subjective take, and doesn't want the opposition to speak. He insulted someone based on their history with each other. I know few people more interested in divergent views than Nerd. Unless it comes from me, I guess. Just don't be a dick and expect him to forget it. I was a dick for going into a cave. What? What was I a dick about? I don't feel like I was a dick about anything. There, that's some whining for you. There is an entire community that engages with divergent views. It's not hard to find. He's so interested that he blocks him. Got it. Nice talk. I'm having a civil conversation with you here, and you choose to resort to flippant sarcasm. I'm immortal. So he's like role-playing the devil at the same time he's doing this. I'm immortal. I have time. Nerd skips to the block when he is disrespected. Seems simple to understand. I called out hypocrisy here. I'm still being very civil here. And despite the role-playing, I think you are actually pretty genuine. Hence why I continue engaging. My sarcasm isn't a dig at you personally, it's just, in my opinion, either not a serious argument or flawed. And we can agree to disagree on the main point here, that's fine. Just fine. I just think it's hypocritical to be willing to talk about people, but not willing to allow a rebuttal. Boblax has his own channel and his own Discord, where he can rebut his ass off all day long for drama. No one is canceling the kid. I just don't think he belongs at the adult table. And Nerd doesn't owe him a seat. Why would I need it? What? So I can talk with fucking Pyrocynical about like what fucking fat ass furry art he likes? Like what does this even mean? What? It is 2022. I'm already at like the big kids table. Are you kidding me? Like everyone I would want to get in contact with, I can get in contact with. And it has been that way for a while. What the fuck? You added nothing to the conversation or to the tweet. Also, why is Boblax not an adult now? Dude, I hate it when people infantilize me, dude. Dude, I hate this fucker, dude. Not sure why you just personally insulted him. Sometimes in life, someone just won't like you. Maybe it's them. Maybe it's you. How we handle rejection shows maturity. I respond. I agree. And how Nerd City handles me rejecting his research at face value is to block and rant about how I'm a shitty guy 3 years later, lol. Holding a 3-year grudge over something so minimal seems a lot more immature than how I've responded to him, but ultimately it's subjective. 1 like to 54, wow. You're at the big kids table, but you can only get 1 like? You're so insecure you have to fucking roleplay as like the ultimate devil fucking religious figure in order to have any fucking self-worth. Framing it as a grudge over something minimal is a coping mechanism. It was a disagreement. It was speculation over a YouTube video that's fucking 3 years old at this point. What do you mean? He just doesn't like you, bro. I'm the one coping. Okay, lol. Keep using Twitter search to look up your friend's name to argue with random accounts about how mature he is for having a 5-minute rant at 5 AM about some critical tweets he got about his YouTube video 3 years ago. Yeah, by the way, it was at 5 AM that fucking Discord thing happened. Didn't you build your channel that way? You don't have the first clue on how to build a YouTube channel. That's why you play dress up for a more talented friend while defending his honor to 92 follower accounts on Twitter. Literally fucking true, dude. But didn't you build your channel that way? What? You literally, like, the only reason anyone knows you is because you suck off Nerd City. What? Your link is to your friend's channel. You have no success. And your other fucking link is a link to, like, all of your fucking replies to show how much you're defending your fucking queen. Your queen, Nerd City. Alright, I lost something. I'm taking a while to find it. Boblax Mogs, this video's super base. Thank you. Yeah, this whole video it's cut up pretty nice. It's like a pretty condensed, kind of concise Nerd City kind of thing. I'm gonna just play the cave segment, which is the first 17 minutes of this video, while I look for the thing. It shouldn't take 17 minutes, but I'll be right back. Boblax, why does a lot of the commentary community not like Nerd City? I really like his content. I like his content too. But when it comes to like him off of his main channel videos, he acts like really weird and really spurgy interacting with people. I'll show that a little bit later with the Reddit. With me in particular, he got mad at me because I did like a little skit. This was in 2019 when everyone was saying, oh, you're in a dark place. I did a little skit in a cave being like, oh, I'm in a dark place, and trying to like pretend I'm escaping, pretending it's haphazard. But obviously, you know, it wasn't. It was just for the skit. You know, that existed. And then like 6 months later, me and Nerd City got into drama, and he was DMing me at like 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. And then halfway through that conversation, he was like, oh, was that really you going spelunking? And I was like, yeah, lol. And that's it. It was just him, like, inquiring about something from months ago. I was like, that thing from months ago? Lol, yeah. And then, 2 years later, when he made the J-Station video, I went into his little Discord space that he hosted after, because I wanted to learn more about his NFT project that he was promoting at the end of this. If you remember from that video, he, like, promoted a Discord space. And in that Discord space, he said he blocked me and thought I was untrustworthy because I went spelunking. It's weird, it's crazy. This video uploaded on February 3rd, right? Worst YouTuber of all time. Great video. Amazing video, right? And then at the end of it, there's this.
The whole set will include less notable people than me and be given away free by Nerd City. These clean collectibles...
Except to me, because he gave it away in the server and he banned me from the server. So everybody except me, but we'll get to
reside. The community at discord.gg/DAP is working together to keep it a welcoming place for education.
Our doors are open to people from every background and all walks of life.
Doors open to every background and all walks of life, except Boblax, because we'll see here. You won't have to come to this. Furries are allowed, but not me.
I invite you to stop by our Discord and ask some questions.
The community at
So he's inviting people to the Discord at the end of his video. I joined the Discord, and this is my reaction coming out of Twitter. I'm actually in shock of what he said. The actual disdain for me in his voice is something I've never heard from anyone else before, and all because I disagreed with his YouTube video 2 years ago. He didn't need to waste his time if he was this confident in his research. Comment Cop asks what happened. I quote retweet him and say, on his public Discord, he's doing a Twitter space thing. My name come up since I'm listening to it right now, so that's what he was talking about in the video we were just talking about, or just showing. And he went on a rant saying I'm a piece of shit because I questioned the validity of his demonetized words list from 2 years ago, saying I wasted hours of his valuable time. The video said words like restaurant would get your video demonetized. There's this video from 4 years ago, YouTube's biggest lie. It was basically like, what words get you demonetized? The bot's fucked up. It'll demonetize you for words like restaurant. I'm like, really? I don't get demonetized that much. Is it really like legit? And I made some tweets about it, right? Anyway, it sounded ridiculous, so I shared my skepticism on Twitter. He ended up being right, but in the Discord thing just now, he acted like I publicly slandered him on a huge platform. I requested to join to talk with him about his issues with me, but he didn't want to. Clearly, he just wants to have hate in his heart for me, rather than clear up misunderstandings. Very disappointed. Here is what he said. By the way, I never called Nerd a liar. I was just skeptical of a YouTube video I saw. If he was so strapped for time, he could have just left me to test the words myself, which I did. Also, this wasn't a public call on this public Discord server, not a private call. Do you guys want to finish watching this, or do you want me to finish watching the D'Angelo video? Because this video is already out. This video's out now. Been out for 3 months. If you want to figure out the cave shit, it's juicy, but yeah, you can watch it there. Boblax, clearly Nerd City was a fan of yours in some way when he threw shade at his research and took it badly. Yeah, I mean, he complimented me when YouTube Wake Up happened. There was like the Matt Watson stuff, and he was doing a long stream, and I was archiving it and looking for bits. And Nerd City was really like, I mean, a lot of people were praising me for doing the research, but Nerd City was really slurping me up, so I don't know, maybe. I know he followed me from that, so maybe.
So people who were not in the original thread were like, this literally cannot be real. Link the post, please. If this is real, this is insane behavior. Genuinely sad to see. Insane behavior is thinking you can lie in a public forum with other cowardly people, tittering word salad exaggerations, and not be held accountable. He really thinks he's holding people accountable, or doing anything other than just looking sad. You ever heard the phrase going out sad? This thread just needs to be linked on that page forever. These threads are big enough now that I'll keep coming and kicking your butts like my enemies until one of your mods starts censoring me. You think responding to every comment that mentions you is kicking butt? Lol. I can't believe I used to like your channel. You've become everything you used to make videos on. Shame. Get some sleep. What is Nerd City doing here? Embarrassing himself? I'm letting the liars know I found their little liars club. Holding it accountable, one might say. One might say that.
Dude, this video has 200k views. Nerd City might be melting down in the background right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, can you imagine the meltdown that's been... Dude, in the next few days, someone's gotta leak something, and it's gotta look bad, dude. Maybe there might already be stuff on his Discord right now, dude. There might already be stuff, dude. This shit's unfolding. So I'm definitely gonna keep on top of this for the next stream.
That one is you, Nerd City. What is going on here? My brother in Christ, do yourself a favor and log off. Someone posted this meme. You can call me a loser in real life all you want, but in the gaming world, you are the loser. No way he's Google.
Dude, and I feel like a video like this is the thing that kills you. Maybe it's a bit dramatic, but like, here's how viewers work. If you're immoral and funny, they will watch you. They won't say they're a fan of you, but they'll still watch you, right? So people who do horrible things can go with the, oh, I'm immoral and I kind of don't care angle, and as long as they're still funny, people are still gonna watch, right? And that's how a lot of people get away with horrible shit. Miskiff is a great example of that. There's another way to get canceled, which is being exposed for being unfunny and cringe. And if you get exposed for being unfunny and cringe, nobody wants to watch you, because it's not about morals, it's about your entertainment value, right? People will watch for the dumpster fire and then leave. That's why Def Noodles could never recover. Nobody hated Def Noodles because he was offensive. People hated Def Noodles because he was unfunny and a piece of shit. And being cringe, and fucking Nerd City's doing the same thing. So I think this video is more damning than like any content cop, you know, Nerd City could be, you know, any like video in that vein. That's kind of what Willie tried to do, right? Willie Mac Show tried to do in the videos that we rewatched on stream a while ago. I don't think I've clipped it yet. But for those of you who were there, we were rewatching the Willie videos, right? And maybe some other people have rewatched them or whatever. You've seen them now because of the recent controversy. But 4 years ago, Willie Mac Show made some great videos on Nerd City. But they were more like, you know, factual commentary videos, and they were great, and they had humorous moments. It's not like it was devoid of humor, the video. But it was exposing him for real stuff, like real points. But here, D'Angelo's just exposing him for being cringe, which I think is going to do more damage to Nerd and his brand than the whole, you know, fucking up something more legitimate. Even though the stakes would be higher in terms of, you know, all that. In terms of viewership, viewers only care if funny or not, typically. Obviously, there's moral lines and stuff like that, but typically, if you funny, people watch. So, yeah, that's what I think, but, also, I'm saying this like, the goal is to destroy Nerd City. It's not. The goal is never to destroy Nerd City, or destroy Tipster, destroy Keemstar. It's just like, they're acting silly, so I'm gonna fucking laugh at it, dude. But yeah, in terms of like, if we are thinking about as like numbers and stuff, like in terms of just something interesting to note as a viewer, yeah, he's probably gonna get more damaged by this than any more legitimate exposed video. Like, legitimate as in terms of like, you know, he actually did something other than being cringe.
Googling his own name. Nerd City was like, this den of liars was the page 1 result. We did it, Reddit. What has little?
Yeah, someone says, yeah, the meltdown ruined the persona created for his YouTube channel. That's another thing too. That's a really good point. Supreme Loser. That's your username. Not calling you a loser. Nice! Sent $5. In just over 2 weeks, it'll be 1 year since Augie's last stream. Do you have anything to say for his obituary? I mean, honestly, I don't fucking blame him, dude. Being off of Twitter and off of this drama shit, like, in depth, like, I love it, obviously. I'm having so much fun in this stream, but, like, yeah, after doing it for so long and being in it so consistently, it's so nice to just be out of it. And Augie might just be still riding that high of being out of it. And I'm sure he's doing other things that are successful. Like, you can't just stop making money for a year and survive, right? So it's like, I don't know if he's gonna come back or not, but I imagine he's doing well, so that is my obituary. I wish him well. Thank you for the $5.
Really anyone lied about in this thread though. Objectively, he was shilling NFTs and defending them. He was on this whole everybody I don't like is woke thing. And it's like, he's calling people liars while illustrating that he is in fact doing everything they're accusing him of. What transphobia? Lol. Liar.
Liar!
This is him right now. I'm not reading a whole lot of correct stuff here. Kudos on not being one of the fantastical liars. And so when people once again illustrate that like, Dude, the fact that you are here right now is crazy. He started trying to spin it into, you're all just obsessed with me, and that's why you're surprised to see me here. That is a self-own every time you wimps say this. I'm supposed to feel lower for even seeing your post? Just be quiet if you're starstruck, darling. Thank you for another
The whole starstruck thing, it's the same thing that I was showing you guys earlier when I was gone. Like with the big kids table, with the devil like comment, like back and forth. It's like, what's with this like ego narcissism? Like it's crazy. The narcissism's crazy.
Perfect example of a lie.
Actually
Also, remember
insane.
that one person who joked about Nerd City, like, hey, send me $200. That'll really show me. They came to this thread as well, and they were like, if you move to this thread, I will continue my conversation with you, Nerd City, for $200. It clearly means a lot. To which Nerd City said, why do you keep talking about being paid by me? Do you have other people's money and fantasies about extortion in your selfish little brain today? Not a great look. Just let me know when you want that cash out, buddy. Have a good night in the meantime. They said, if it's not a
Dude, he's completely just baiting him to see how spurgy he gets. It's so great. I love it. And the ratios, ooh, must get to... Dude, Nerd City's blood must boil at that 50, bro.
about money, I'm not trying to hear it. This is my main account. Why are you all so surprised? I used to use Reddit all the time. You can't lie about me in public and then not potentially have me notice and kick your butt in 30 seconds. I always do this. You always do this. This is not the serve you think it is. Bro got the Reddit signal in the sky when someone says something somewhat negative about him. What lie? The only butt you'll be kicking will be your own when you look back on how embarrassing this behavior is. I wouldn't expect Nerd to be going out this sad in a random YouTube drama comment section. Also, really weird behavior to make it about non-binary people for no reason. No one is going out.
Dude, Augie's crash bet. You know what? For Augie's, wait, will it be 2 weeks until? Okay, I don't know when the last After Hours was. I think it was like September 2023. Whenever we get to that date, 2024, I'm playing Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy on stream. That's what I'll do. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll do that. We'll do that. That sounds like fun. September 8th, we'll do that. Or sometime near it. Maybe if I can't do it that day, maybe sometime a little before, after. Probably a little bit after, because I would have missed it, but yeah.
I'm just horde mode replying to a mob of bullies. That's my prerogative when you lie about me, and it's not entirely my fault.
Isn't September 3rd also, not 8th, but 3rd, the date where, like, Pescator was promised to come back and, like, rape Nick Diorio in the ass? So September is a very interesting year for streamer comebacks.
Just a waste of
not year, month.
My time. Where is the bullying? Okay, I guess that one person did say you had a parasitic worm in your brain. But other than that, where is the bullying?
I'm afraid of bullies.
I'm hostile back if you're hostile to me, and I'm not afraid of bullies. Thread was total cancer, so I showed up and irradiated it. Surprise Pikachu face. Bro, what? What? My face is actually flushed, because I've been doing a good job putting like my secondhand embarrassment in a box so I can read these with my full chest, but I'm running out of steam here. I think petty Reddit drama was beneath someone of your size on YouTube. Guess not. Nope. Okay, I guess he forgot to pretend like he was like fighting for his life against the woke mob, kind of acknowledging that this is just petty Reddit drama, aren't we? And someone tried to call out the person who posted the second thread, and they were like, seems like a waste of everyone's time to post this when you could just block the person and move on. To which they have a reply that I feel like cannot be argued with. Counterpoint. This is hilarious. And like in some ways it is funny, but it is also just so sad and weird. Like if he actually believes what he's saying, which is that anyone who's criticizing him is disconnected from reality due to how far left and extreme and vengeful they feel now. How far into the pipeline did you fall that you see politics in everything? Talk about it.
Dude, yeah, dude, he's one of those people who see politics and everything, like what Xander Hall said. Maybe even some dumb shit tipster would say now. Dude. Bro.
Connection from reality. And then somebody made a post about all of this and put it on a completely different subreddit from the first one with the other two posts. And then Nerd City somehow found this third post on this completely different subreddit and started calling people liars there as well. So
And this is all 3 months ago. It's not like he's doing this in response to videos being made about this. This is like of his own volition with no really poking other than he searched up his name on Reddit. He's like literally looking for trouble. And I searched my name up on Reddit too. And I fucking have responded to stuff on Reddit too. But it's not this bad, and it's like me trying to like figure something out or reach an understanding. It's not me venting, typically. It's just me kind of like someone will have like some wild misconception about me on H3 subreddit, and I want to like pick their brain a little bit, you know? Stuff like that. Maybe not the best habit to have. I don't know. I once did a whole AMA on Reddit in the H3 subreddit who all hated me at the time, like, when I was waiting, like, for a plane, like, I think in 2022 or some shit like that. And it was really fun. I don't know. I like engaging with the haters. I just like talking with people, honestly. Guilty as charged, bro. But yeah, I mean, they don't look like this.
I think I just have to bow out. And thus concludes the Ballad of Nerd City, a YouTuber once known for making what many consider to be good videos, who will now forever be known as the guy who was banning people from his Discord server for posting pictures of their cats. Dude's gonna be in a controversy in 6 months, indeed. I saw speculation on the thread like, was he having a moment? Was this just a terrible day? But no, from what I can gather, he's pretty much just like that. And my verdict is, you literally could have just sold some hoodies. Like the rest of YouTubers, you know, a little t-shirt with a logo on it. Like, why did any of this have to happen? Was it really worth throwing away any bit of respect you had on the internet for NFTs? I ask this rhetorically, knowing full well that the answer is no, but maybe I don't know anything at all because I am, after all, just part of the leftist woke mob. Guess I better put down the Communist Manifesto before my connection to reality is just severed forever. I only bought it.
He's definitely like. Wait, is the whole like pseudo-intellectual thing just for this video and not like his whole thing?
If I had to sum up today's video...
Oh, no, it is his whole thing. Anyway. But, like... Yeah, Nerd City would call him, like, super leftist woke mob. I'm pretty sure Nerd City's gonna say that about him.
Because I just had to know what Mark's thought about YouTubers and NFTs. But that's my take on the situation. Dave's take on the situation is that maybe Michelangelo was a crypto bro and the statue of David is just an NFT. Like, really, who knows? And of course, I'm excited to hear your take. Now, of course, this is a part of the video where a layman would ask you to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. But I will ask you to enroll, evaluate the video, and submit your feedback. Because I am, of course, running a 100% all the way, mostly, not completely, sort of, but maybe unaccredited university. Probably. Just ask anybody in the student body and they'll confirm it for you. We're totally legit. And as for me, whether you see me in 24 hours or 24 months is honestly anyone's guess. But until then, thanks for watching. Or maybe you'll just see me on Reddit if you ever mention me at all, and I will come for you and kick your butt.
Dude, why is he so good? Come on, dude. That's a great video. Dude, that's a great video. I'm a big fan of this video.